In this session, you will learn how to make the best out of social media to grow your Amazon brand and its visibility. Our guest today will be Marcel Marculescu from IntelliRank Agency. They help Amazon sellers to get new marketing strategies in unique ways. And this session is part of the Seller Fest Online Virtual Summit, which is sponsored by 3 companies. The first one is Carbon 6. It's a suite of tools that makes it simple to optimize and streamline any aspect of Amazon business. Check the link below in the description to see what tools they offer. It's PPC, keyword research, a lot of different things. Another company which supports this session is Getida. They are Amazon FBA auditing company, and they help to maximize FBA reimbursements for sellers of any size. They have an offer of $400 to reimburse for free. Check the link below in the description. And last but not least, Quartal is an AI-powered advertising optimization platform that helps sellers and brand owners to maximize their potential in e-commerce platforms. Again, they have an offer for the first few months in the description of this video. And during this session, if you enjoy the content don't forget to like and subscribe. And this session I'm hosting together with Lisette. Hi, Lisette.
Hi, Augustas. Great to be back here for another awesome session for the Seller Fest Online event. And I'm really happy to bring Marcel on the stage as well. Hi.
Hello, Lisette and Augustas. Thank you for having me. It's really great to be with you guys. I've missed you.
Good. So, Marcel, today you will talk about how brands can use social media. But before we go into your presentation, could you first introduce yourself and tell us how IntelliRank helps Amazon sellers?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. So my name is Marcel Marculescu. I'm the CEO and co-founder of IntelliRank. Our mission is to help Amazon sellers rank their products on the Amazon marketplace and build brand awareness for their products online. The whole idea is to get ahead of the game and be up to date with whatever is happening, and also get the low-hanging fruit out of the social media, which we will be covering today. Hope it will be an interactive and very interesting session here. Yeah. So yeah. The whole idea is to get more voices to talk about your brand. Now, if you're looking at the big picture, everyone is considering within Amazon platform strategies that are happening there. Now you have a very good advantage from Amazon. They're giving you back like 10% of whatever traffic from outside you're delivering to them. Now it's very clear that Amazon is playing the long-term game, and they're trying to get as much of the landscape as possible. But what can you do from the point of an entrepreneur that's having his online business, online brand, and starting on Amazon? Of course, Amazon is the best choice to start and to market. But why not go to social media? This is my question to everyone. If you're not already on social media, you should be, my opinion, because that's where everyone is currently hanging out. So hope this session will be interesting enough to get more information and maybe to get things rolling. Now, there are 2 ways that you can do this. Yeah, you can do it the organic way, or you can do it the paid way. But in order to go there, you need to understand. We need to understand how you can reach out to your end customer. Now, the whole idea is that you can start your social media, you can start posting, and you can wait and hope for the right end customer to find you and get to know you and get familiar with you. This is one way of looking at things. The other way is for you to do your due diligence to go after your customer and to see what they're doing, to stalk them a bit, and maybe get as much information as possible for a better, let's say, understanding of what your customer is doing, where is he hanging out, everything related to that. But let's slowly get into things. Now, why having a social media presence is important for your business? Well, like I said, nowadays, everyone is spending like an average of 2 hours per day on social media. So especially with the pandemics and everything, people were staying inside, and they were consuming a lot of, Netflix, now Disney Plus or something like that. And of course, why not social media? For example, some people, including yours truly here, when I wake up, first thing I'm checking my phone and I'm looking through social media. I'm scrolling a bit just to, while I drink my coffee, I get to know whatever is happening there, to see whatever other people are doing on social media. And that's something that most of the people around are doing, because we are connected. it's like the era of the cyborgs, so to speak, and we already have these devices connected to us, like, they're part of us, like the phone. It's no longer a phone. It's like a fully functional device with access to the whole world in real time, and you can see whatever your friends are doing while, getting to check their posting. Imagine that you can leverage this from the brand perspective and check whatever your customers are doing, and where they are, where they're hanging out, and why not get to reach them and present your products in front of them. Now, the benefits of social media are quite easy to follow. Now, in terms of brand awareness, that's very, very straightforward. People need to hear about your brand. It's important for them to first to know you, because a selling decision or a buy decision from the customer's perspective is usually done after they get to know you or get to know your brand. They are a bit of let's say intrigued about your brand. They will be Googling. Even depends on each customer what they're doing. But again, from my perspective, people are always trying to purchase from something or someone that has been in their heads prior to that specific moment. It's not like you're going and you're seeing a brand, you say, hey, I want to purchase from this brand. It's slightly a bit, let's say, confusing for them to take the decision so fast. But in terms of community authority, when a group of people is, shows common interest in your brand and your product, this is like the group of people that you are following. For example, like in example I provided earlier, when I'm checking my social media, I see that a friend of mine has purchased whatever item because he's in my part of my circle, part of my group. Immediately I get familiar with the brand that he has purchased. If it's an Apple or something or a Samsung product, then of course everyone knows Apple and Samsung. That's easy. But what if it's a product from another brand that solves a problem? That's a very good way for me to get to know about different brands. And this is the community authority that's in place and empowers you and endorses your brand. And this is how people get to know more about you. Now, in terms of authenticity, on social media, people are hiding behind their keyboard, behind their screens, so to speak. So it's very natural from their perspective behind the keyboard to just type everything, be very blunt, and give you the best feedback that you can ever get, rather than in real life when people tend to use some mild words to describe the experience or try to be more, let's say, evasive in terms of what they're actually feeling. And it's a difficult concept to actually present live versus behind the keyboard. It's easier to write whenever nobody's looking at you, nobody's seeing you. So it's easier to just type there the words that best come to your mind. Now, in terms of learning more about your customers, social media offers you something that in real life you cannot get. For example, if you have a real life store, people just walk into the store. If they will look at some items, they will try to try them on. If they want, they purchase them. If they not, they go out of your store, and that's it. You don't get to know much about your actual customer. But imagine on social media that you get to see their social media and you get to see everything about them, whatever they're posting, where they're traveling, what's their lifestyle, what they eat, everything related to them. So you get to know your customer, and this way you can later retarget them with ads. So the whole idea behind it is to get as much information and build up your client avatar, because based on the client avatar, you get to actually target them and present them with your products in the best way that reaches out to them. Good. In terms of learning, this is learning more about your customers, and in terms of analyzing the competitors, it's pretty much the same idea. Look at what your competitors are doing. Everyone is present on social media from let's say one point or another, but established brands on the social media give you a very good idea on what's happening. They've tested a lot of things. So if you haven't started already, when you're going to start on social media, make sure you check your competitors. Check to see which of the competitors on Amazon are present on social media and follow their example. It's the easiest way to do. Look at what they're posting about. Look at their language. Look at everything that you can and learn from them, because they've been there probably for some time and they've tested maybe something. So it's a good starting point to move forward. In terms of the strategy, we have two options. We have the organic reach, which means working with micro-influencers, creating everything in-house, extending the reach and engaging with profiles, and using free schedulers out there to post. But when it comes to paid reach, this is for, let's say, more advanced strategies, and everything is from the entrepreneur perspective. Myself as an entrepreneur, I'd like to be, offloaded of certain tasks. So if there is someone out there that's handling something for me, I will gladly go and offer them the job, as long as they're doing a good job, of course. So hiring an agency to create the content and do the posting for you, trying to maybe get a hold of paid influencers, trying to run some paid ads, trying to do some press releases. It's all part of the plan and building in the brand building that's on the long run. And I think there's no one way or another here. From our perspective, we think that both of them are important, so we should try both organic and paid reach. Try to mix them up. It's always about budget. It's about how much you want to invest. It's about what is your actual idea and how to move forward. And this comes from the whole branding work plan. You have to have a plan, you have to have a vision, a mission, and set some goals in order to move forward. It's like a business. The same is with the branding. So in terms of vision, take, for example, Meta, formerly Facebook. Their vision is give people the power to build community and bring the world closer together. This is how they have formulated their vision. You should look at that, and you should find other examples like Microsoft, for example. Microsoft's vision is we strive to create local opportunity, growth, and impact in every country around the world. So these are the vision of the two greatest companies on earth, so to speak. Look and learn from them. That's a very good starting point. Also, you have to define your vision, your brand's vision. It's part of who you are, and it's good to have it on the wall or wherever you can post it. Now, in terms of the mission, take, for example, Tesla. Tesla's mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. This clearly defines its mission out there. Now, American Express, on the other hand, has the following mission: become essential to our customers by providing differentiated products and services to help them achieve their aspirations. Now, these brands, they're big brands out there, they have looked at their client avatar, they have defined whatever they need to do, and they have defined their vision and mission. And of course, they have their goals that are moving from one place to another. Now, in terms of goals, there are two types of goals. It's short-term and long-term goals. It's important to set them both, and along with the brand work plan, to move forward and to try to get everyone aboard with your vision, mission, and goals, and to, of course, drive your entire brand based on that. Now, you need to align all your social media, especially the social media manager, align him with the plans, and last but not least, create a tagline for your brand. Now, Disney's tagline is the happiest place on earth. Now, Nike has the tagline, for example, just do it. You remember first the logo and then the branding. IntelliRank's, for example, tagline is intelligent ranking solutions. Now, try to build up something easy for people to remember, something to define your services in one word, and associated with your logo to provide a clear picture in terms of what your customer is to expect from that journey. Now, in terms of goals and actions, the first goal is to identify the perfect customer. Now, this implies to age, gender, education level, income level, every information you can get about your customer. Social media is a good place to find the perfect information about your customer. And as soon as you have the goal, set up the message to fit your vision and to be aligned with your audience. Everyone within the company, and especially the social media manager, needs to know and to align with your goals. And based on that, the proposed plan of action is to create at least 10 goals and create a social media presence for your brand, and slowly move that wheel into social media, and set up monthly and yearly goals, and also again make sure that your social media manager understands the goals and follows them. If you haven't started already on social media, now what we encourage you to do is start with 2 social media platforms. Ourselves, we have selected Facebook and Instagram for starters, but of course TikTok is out there. It's very important. Pick only 2 of them and start posting. You start by posting 30 posts, 1 post per day. It's a very good start. This will give you some insights. It will get you some information about your customer. Now, this is part of your journey, and all these 30 posts will do nothing else but to get you the insight, get you the information that you need. And after the 30 days, you can analyze the information and you can adjust the goals in the plan. Everything is like a continuous service improvement. You have to look, analyze, and move forward with improving the plan as you go. Start engaging with your audience. This is like the next goal. As soon as you've started and you've posted and everyone is, let's say, slowly getting to know your brand, after a period of time, you start interacting with the post. You start and engage your audience into posting. This is very important because you don't want to be just posting and not posting content and not posting thoughts out there. It's important for people to see you everywhere, to see you within comments of other persons that are of interest, to see you, reacting and making constructive comments to every post out there. And also, out of the insights, you can get the most important part. You can get the timing on where to actually make your post. At first, you'll be probably posting whenever you think it's a good time to post. But afterwards, as soon as you get the insight and you get the information from the social media platform, you can follow up and schedule the post at the times that your audience is most engaged. And that's how things are to move forward. Now, in order to create your brand ambassador database, and this is something that you look up to, because a micro-influencer, and this is what you're starting from, is a person that has a following up to 100,000 followers. Now, you get to work with a lot of micro-influencers, with people that are interested in your brand, and they will most likely post about your products and engage you in the process. But picking the right micro-influencer is a challenge. To find that person, to find that client avatar that you're actually looking for, it's important to measure its interaction and to also look at what he's doing. Before trying to contact a micro-influencer and getting to know the micro-influencer, you should look at his posts, his engagement rate, to try to understand what type of content he's posting out there, to see what followers he's having, to also see the language he's using, and of course the comments of his followers. This is all like a research you're doing, and based on that, you'll get to know what type of tone of voice to use when you're posting, which is very important. And a friendly tone of voice is more likely to post as a good, friendly brand. But based on your vision, mission, and goals, you adjust and you follow. For example, if you're targeting, let's say, maybe a more aggressive niche, your a friendly tone of voice will not help you so much. You would need some aggressive tone of voice, maybe a stronger tone of voice to actually reach out to your customer. And the whole idea is to actually talk like your avatar client is talking and act like they're acting, because that's how they will understand it. This is the language they will understand. It's sometimes a small mistake from the people's behavior, thinking that, if I talk the talk, then everyone will understand it. It doesn't go like that. People tend to forget that we react and we interact with people that are trying to reach out to us in a simple or different way, and based on that, you get to actually interact with them. Now, starting from the micro-influencer, you end up with the brand ambassador tribe. Transforming a micro-influencer into a brand ambassador is a process that implies offering that micro-influencer with more products, offering with content, with affiliate codes, with discounts, with all sorts of information and all sorts of, let's say, incentives for that micro-influencer to actually become part of your tribe, empowering that micro-influencer, if you will, in order for him to gladly post about your products, to be engaged. Now, the main difference between a micro-influencer and a brand ambassador is that a micro-influencer will do it once. He would he or she will get the product, will post, will tag you in the process, and that's it. It's like a one-time thing. But a brand ambassador will be one engaged that will be constantly posting and constantly engaging your brand. And that's something that you also have to do on your side to keep them engaged. It's different. There are different ways to interact with them. We totally recommend going through email marketing, also messaging on social media, and keeping a close relationship with them and offering them with a place in your brand as part of your brand and as part of your tribe, actually. And of course, whenever you're launching a new product, offer them first with this, let's say, free product for them to feel empowered, to feel unique, to feel valued. And in return, you'll see that they will be posting and they will be engaging their audience into following your brand and into getting more and more information on your brand. Now, of course, after you've posted onto social media, the whole idea is to try to spread the word and get on different social media platforms out there. Now, don't get on all of them. It's important to be on the ones that are somehow relevant for your brand. If you're into NFTs, for example, I wouldn't go, for example, on Pinterest to post about NFTs. Like, for example, for NFTs, it's Twitter. So if you're trying to reach out people interested in NFTs, you'd probably want to go and post on Twitter and be present there, because that's where your market is. That's where the people are, mostly interacting and valuing the NFTs on Twitter. That's a simple example as it can be. So the whole idea is to measure where your audience is. TikTok is the best. It's a place to be. Definitely get into TikTok. And of course, for us, Instagram and Facebook are the winners. So yeah, I hope this has been informative. And also, if you want to get more information, you can always download our free ebook on microinfluencers.intellirank.info. If you have other questions or any questions, you can reach out to us on social media or through email, office@intellirank.info.
Thank you very much, Marcel.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And
it was in time, right?
Everything's perfect. Everything's perfect. We really enjoyed this session, and thank you for educating how to use social media better and also how to use micro-influencers. So if the viewers also enjoyed what Marcel just educated us about, then definitely like this video as well.
Yeah, you will find the like button below and the subscribe button also, because we are reaching 12,000 subscribers. But soon we will have a few questions for Marcel. And I wanted to remind that this session is part of SellerFest Online event, where we have about 25 experts presenting, like Marcel, going into different topics. And every speaker which is participating in this event, we ask to record additional, what we call VIP video, with additional content. And you can find the link below in the description to read more about the VIP package, where we collected 25 additional videos which are not going public, and in order to access them you have to upgrade to invest a little bit of money. But these are workshop style videos, not very in-depth workshops, but really going explaining different actionable steps you can do in different topics. For example, negotiating with suppliers, or working with flat files. It's a 40 minutes video, getting some strategies on visuals which you can apply on your Amazon product listing. And Marcel also provided us a VIP video. Could you, Marcel, give us an overview what you shared in that video?
I would like to keep it a secret, but all I want to say is that Augustas, had an imaginary gun over our heads and said, "You got to present something good." So we went ahead and we presented a live demo of how you should treat social media. So I'm sure that anyone and everyone that will you're presenting the video.
I'm showing just a sneak peek.
All right, yeah. So it's a live demo of what you should do and what you could do. So enough talk. This is like an action taking video. I hope it will be incentive enough for people to understand the power behind social media and behind micro influencers, because they are content providers, and you'll understand that once you get content and you get a lot of information with your product in action, you can do pretty much everything with it. Talking about YouTube, talking about PPC, Amazon posts, everything. You can reuse it and you can get as much benefit as possible out of one free product given away to the right micro-influencer. So, yeah.
So this is part of the VIP package, and you are welcome to visit the page and read more and see if it could help to get some additional good strategies for your Amazon business. And now let's move on to a few questions. I think Lisette has something, right?
Yes, true. So first question is about analyzing competitors on social media. So what are the main elements you usually pay attention to?
No, that's a very good question. So it's important to look at everything you can. I couldn't tell you exactly the elements, because in terms of looking into social media, you look at what they're posting. I would personally go and look at their language, look at the hashtags. That's the most important part on Instagram for me. I check always the hashtags they're using. Check also the people they are, interacting, the people that are interacting to their post. So it's a very good source to work with people that already know stuff about the products you're selling, because if they purchase from your competitor or they know your competitor, guess what? They can turn into your customer as well. If you have, considering you have let's say an improved version of the product, or maybe it's not the idea that you're selling the same exact product. If you're doing that, it's out there. But usually when you sell a product, you get to improve it a bit. Maybe the easiest thing would be to make it a bundle of 2 products at a better price or something like that. I don't know. The whole idea is that you can target those people, and those people can be your first micro-influencers to work with, because they already know. And you want to go where it's cold audience and hot audience. You got to reach out to the hot audience because they already got hit up by someone else. And that's a leverage that you can always use, and it will help you get the best out of your competitors. So keep an eye on your competitors. Just look at whatever they're doing. Look at the people they're interacting with them. Look at the type of language posts they're using, and try to copy some of it. You never know. Yeah. Hope that answers the question. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. The next question, I think, is a little bit related to the last one. How can I find out on which social media platform my target audience spends the most time? So you mentioned you look what your competitors usually are doing. So is it? Should sellers do the same way? Just look where the competitors are, and more or less, go from there.
Yeah, you can start from there and see where your competitors already are posting. But to be honest, Instagram is for pretty much everyone. So that's where I would start with almost every brand. Of course, I don't want to go into all the brands or all the possible things that you can do out there on the internet. But if you're selling a physical product, normally on Instagram is the place to start with. And of course, there are some metrics on the web. I'm sure if you Google it, you can find some good information. For example, if you're targeting women over 35, Pinterest can be a very good candidate for your platform, as a platform for you to follow. Or other very, let's say, sensitive. It really depends on your niche, but it's about doing a little bit of research. And again, I would start from the competitors, like Lisette very well mentioned. It's very important to look what they're doing. They're there for maybe a longer period of time. They must be doing something right.
Yeah, I already learned from your presentation, so that's why I knew the answer a little bit.
So Lisette, thank you.
One of our viewers is asking, how can a new entrepreneur get the service of a social media influencer? And do you have an idea about how much entrepreneur could budget for the development of his new product? So I think the last part of the question is not so relevant for your presentation topic today, but definitely the first part, how newer Amazon sellers could collaborate with influencers.
Mm-hmm. So from our perspective, micro-influencers are people with a smaller audience, with a smaller group that are within talking about a certain niche. So again, it depends on what you're selling. But if you're looking, for example, for a specific niche around, let's say, yoga products, it's easy to find people that are practicing yoga. Now, the whole idea is to start on Instagram, to start from the hashtags. It's like on Amazon. On Amazon, you start from the keywords and you try to learn as much as possible about everything that's on about that product, every keywords that can be used, every way to get to that. On Instagram, for example, you start from the hashtags. So starting from the hashtag research, you get to find the people that are posting and tagging those hashtags. When you have that, guess what? You can go on their profile and you can see what they're posting. You can check their postings. If they have, for example, a lot of food posting, and from time to time they're posting something about yoga, it might be a good candidate or not. You never know. You get to analyze. It's like a human eye that will catch everything related to that. Now, of course, what I would look for is the engagement rate. If you're having like 100, let's say 100 for example purposes, 100 followers, and you're having one posting and you're getting one like or one comment or whatever, one engagement on that, it's a very poor, it's like on a 1% engagement rate. So that's very poor. We look for at least 5%. So people with a bigger engagement, a bigger audience, should have at least 5% of likes or comments to every photo, every post they're making. Engagement is very important because that tells you something about the audience. If they're posting about yoga, then you'll see how many people are actually reacting to yoga-related posts, and that means that they're in a way interested in yoga products or yoga in general. So they might be a good candidate also for you to reach out to. It's like a pyramid type of deep diving into the audiences. As soon as you find the micro influencer, it's as much as go in contact with him. Try to like a few posts about your brand, about your product that you're selling, about yoga in our case. Try to comment, maybe congratulate them, do some constructive commenting. Try to DM them and try to get in touch with them. And it's a matter of talking directly to one person to another. It's like, hey, could you help me? This is like, you can tell them that it's a family-run business. I'm trying to build it up. Could you help us with a bit of, let's say, if I give you a free product, would you be able to test it and tag us in front of your audience? So it's as simple as that, to get as much as possible, to get the content, and afterwards, and this is very important, always ask for permission to reuse that content, because you want to get written permission that it's okay to reuse the content. You'll be able to reuse the content, the photos and videos in your listing, in your YouTube. Like I said, you always go to Amazon Posts. That's free traffic and free conversions out of that one. And of course, everywhere you need PPC, and on your website, use the content anywhere you can. Now, in regards, like Lisa said, in regards to your development of new products, I couldn't answer to that one because, it's more complicated.
All right, good. Thanks. I hope Jalil is satisfied with your longish answer. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about the long answer. Yeah, okay.
All right, we have another question.
The short answer, yes.
Yes. Okay, what's the best way to use existing social media followers for launching new products?
Short answer, yes, always. And long answer, yeah, of course, if you have a social media following and you have people that are, let's say, brand ambassadors, then it's always important to have a strategy. Now, from my perspective, and this is what we do at IntelliRank, we try to, from day one that the product is live on Amazon, try to bring in sales every day, because this is where your sales velocity, your momentum is created. So try to get your social media followers into that strategy. So try to talk to them and to ask them. This is an open discussion. You can ask them to purchase directly from Amazon and you get to refund them. That's one way of doing things. Or try to get around that and try to find the best way for you. But always take advantage of them, because if they purchase from Amazon, that's one purchase from you. That's a good signal to Amazon that your product is, your newly launched product is live and it's needed and people are showing interest in it. So the important factor is, and I have this motto, no day without sales. Always try to get sales every day and in a way or another. So try to reach out to them. Hope it's clear.
Let's see if we have. Okay, what William wants to know: what are some key principles to get the respective social media platform algorithms to identify your content and show it more often? Hashtags or number of posts per day, how to get more visibility, I guess.
Yeah, it's always about posting and how relevant the posts are. And hashtags are very important. You should take advantage of the maximum hashtag that you can. For example, on Instagram, you get up to 30 hashtags. Try to use them all. If you do some workarounds, you can put a little more hashtags out there. But anyway, the whole idea is to post as relevant as possible and always do your hashtag research in the best way, because some people tend to target the highest hashtags out there. I tend to start with the lowest hashtags and build up, because at the beginning you don't get that much traction. And considering that you have a post and you're targeting a hashtag that has like I don't know, thousands of posts every hour or every minute, your post will be like, yeah, people will not even notice it. Instead, try to get hashtags with let's say a lower posting speed, so to speak. And that's when people actually get to, your hashtag will stay at the top for a longer time. Some people will get to notice them, and build up from there. Also, our strategy implies getting to dominate your hashtags. This means you get your post to the top post section of every hashtag. That's when you know you have done your job right. And again, this is like a continuous process to always look for hashtags, target different hashtags. In terms of the algorithm, there's always myths out there, but I'd say if you post regularly, if you have a good strategy, if you have a good hashtag strategy in place, then the results will come. That's for sure.
Let's take another about Instagram. Are Instagram organic posts still working for growing followers, or should I use sponsored posts to reach new people?
Yes, it's a very good question. It's always a mix of the two. You should be in a mix of the two and more. Posting is not enough. Always try to, like I explained in the presentation, try to always go to your end customer and try to like some of their posts, try to comment, to get more visibility into everything. Like it's all about hashtags. You start from your hashtags, the hashtags you are following, and if the posts and the content out there is relevant to your niche, to your brand actually, then you should comment on those posts that come on the hashtags. So people get to, but always do constructive, don't do spam. Do constructive posting, because that's the best way to get visibility. This is organic. Paid advertising, it's always a plus. We also encourage it. So paid advertising should be part, if you ask me, both organic and paid should be part of the strategy. But it depends on the budget. So make sure you do your numbers, you run your numbers, and you build up your organic and paid based on the numbers that you have to invest in it. But nevertheless, always invest. Yeah.
Right. What should I ask from my Instagram followers to learn more about them?
For example, when you're offering a free product to one of your followers, it's always important to get their feeling, to get their legit feedback on your product, to see what you can improve about it, to see how they are using it. It's not about learning more about your audience. If you want to learn more about them, you go on their profile, and of course you follow up and see everything they're doing. But in the end, if you're offering them with a free product, try to get as much feedback as possible about your product, about the quality, about what you can improve, how you can maybe bundle it up with other products that are relevant. Maybe they need other small products to come with that one. I don't know. But the whole idea is to get to know your avatar client, and based on that, to improve your product and to make sure that when they're purchasing your product, they're getting that value and more. One strategy we're using, for example, is to add a complementary product to the product, not as a bundle, but as a gift. So the people, open the package and they have purchased, I don't know, something, a phone, and they get also a case with it, right? So you never expect the case. That's a great benefit and a great, like, oh, okay, I also get a case. Maybe it's a good one, maybe it's not, but it should be a good one. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So to wrap this session up, one last question for you. So how to set up affiliate codes to share with influencers?
This can be done in the Seller Central. So you can create there the affiliate codes, the discount codes, and you can reach out to your brand ambassadors or micro-influencers and ask them if they want to share it with their audience. So they can post something like, hey, for this brand, we have like a 10% discount if you're ordering and using this affiliate code, this discount code. Affiliate codes, okay, different thing. Affiliate codes, this is like affiliate marketing. So it's a mix. I don't know if you're referring to discount codes, because there are no affiliate codes. Affiliate codes are with affiliate marketing, and it means that the micro-influencer needs to be affiliated with Amazon, so they can find your product with Amazon. and they can use a specific link from the Amazon Partners Program to get the affiliate commission out of it. But yeah, that can also be done, of course. Still,
maybe they can create these discount codes in Amazon Seller Central and then track the sales according to the code and see how many. And
they can
because
make
then
strategies.
Influencer is trusting you to report properly the sales.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much again
thank
for
you.
joining us today and for sharing all of your knowledge. So yeah, if you didn't like the video yet, but enjoyed the content, then definitely hit like now. And yeah, thanks for us.
Yeah, and you will find the link below to Marcel's agency. And Marcel, one more time, how do you help Amazon sellers?
How? We help.
How do you help? Like, what do you do for them?
Everywhere that we can consistently. So IntelliRank is an agency that helps Amazon sellers rank and also build brand awareness on social media for their brands. Now, in order to reach out to us, you can feel free to find us on social media, IntelliRank Agency, or you can simply email us at the office at intellirank.info. So yeah, make sure you specify that you come from Orange Click. We might have a small surprise for you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And
Thank
bye-bye.
you.
Good luck.
See you.
And now I would like to invite you to watch another video where Marcel is sharing more strategies, how you can find influencers to promote your Amazon products and brand through them.